time last year I was sat in this very seat without that picture behind me. That's new to this year. And I filmed a 2021 goals and achievements. So today I thought for January I would re-watch that video, see if any goals that I hit, and just look back really over the last year of 2021. So I have my vision board still here. So in the video that we're about to watch, this is the vision board that I made. I have not touched it since that day. I have it hanging up in my bedroom in front of my bed, so every time I wake up I see it in front of me. We are gonna talk through my 2021 vision board while watching back my video to see if anything I actually achieved. Now, before I start this video, I just want to do a little disclaimer to say, if you are making goals for 2022, just be easy on yourself. There is going to be some goals here that I have not achieved, and I'm not going to be upset with myself. I'm not going to be angry at myself because everything changes. As you guys know, we have been living in a pandemic for the last 2 years, so you cannot predict anything. I always set myself goals and achievements that I would like to hit by the end of the year, but if I don't hit it, it's not the end of the world. I can then put that back on my bucket list for the following year. So yes, let's get my laptop and look at my video last year to see if I managed to achieve any of my goals for 2021. So before I get started as well, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's supported me through 2021. If you're a new subscriber, then hello, my name is Louise. I did a move from the UK to Canada 2 years ago, and I'm sure I'm going to tell you all about what's happened in 2021 in this video, but I'd love you to hit subscribe if you are new. So if you see me looking down at all, I do just have my laptop here because I have to get up my video from last year. I'm also going to screen record as well so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I want to point out the big difference is my hair. My hair's blonde there and it's brunette here. I'd like to know down in the comments what you guys think looks better. Do you think I look better brunette or do you think I look better blonde? I think I look older with brunette hair. I'm definitely liking my brunette hair. Anyway, let's go. 10 things that I want to do better or improve or continue in 2021. So number one is I want to make sure that I speak to my family more often. I want to make sure that I FaceTime my family more often. Especially during lockdown, everyone's used Zoom and FaceTime a lot more. And I think this is something that I want to continue in 2021, especially if I'm being far away from home. I can't just go around and knock on their door and speak to them. I just want to make sure that once a week I ring my grandma, my mum, my friends and my family. Okay, so I'm going to stop it there and talk through number one. So number one for me last year was obviously to talk to my family a lot more. Now this is something that I definitely do and I did stick by. I speak to my grandma, I would like to say 3 times a week at least, and I speak to my mum once a week. We have a new group chat for all my immediate family and we comment in there every single day. There's always something going on in there. So this is something that I do. This is something that I did keep doing over the year. Unfortunately, we don't have Zoom nights or quiz nights, so that's something we didn't continue. But I do believe this is because when the world reopened, everyone had their own life to go about. No one had time to sit down and make a quiz anymore. Everyone has to go back to work and things like that, and everyone got busy. This is something that I could happily say that I did achieve. I did do this. I spoke to my family, someone from my family, at least once a week this year, so I'm happy, and that's something I'm going to continue as well. I miss my family so much. I'm actually doing a separate video about being homesick over in Canada, so yeah, this is one thing that I can definitely tick off and say that I achieved in 2021. At that point as well is I definitely want to spend more time speaking to my best friends at home. I am really rubbish at remembering to text my friends. When I meet up with my friends, it's like nothing has changed, but I am just the worst at catching up with people. So I'm not gonna lie, I am still the worst person to message people. If someone messages me, I will reply and I'll be so happy that I would be so happy that they reached out to me. Like the other day, my friend said, do you want a Zoom call? And we all were on Zoom for 30 minutes and it probably made my whole week that I talked to them. And I wish I did this more. Now, I'm not gonna tick this off because I think I'm an awful friend and I don't message them as much as I should do. But please, if you're watching this and you're one of my best friends, know that I'm thinking about you all the time. Like, literally, honestly am. I am just the worst communicator ever. Like, so I can't really tick this off. I am annoyed at myself for not doing this, to be honest. I have so many best friends and they reach out to me all the time. I wish I was better. Jake is so good at this. Jake messages people all the time. He's always on the phone to people from home. And I'm just not like that. I think I'm always like too busy to be doing stuff, but I really need to make more time for my friends. I have obviously, which I'll go on to talk about in this video, booked a trip home this year, and I am one of the first things I'm gonna do is go around my friend's house and give them the biggest hug ever, because I miss them so much. And I am the worst friend ever because I didn't do that in 2021. I didn't reach out as much as I should have. I do speak to them, I do Zoom calls every now and again, but nowhere near as much as I should. So yes, I'm a bad friend. I should do this more often. Okay, so goal number 2 is I really want to try and get home to meet my baby niece or nephew. Having this photo will honestly motivate me to make money, to work hard and to save to get a flight home, and obviously to manifest COVID out the way so I can fly home without quarantining for 2 weeks. So even if it's going to be March, April, May, June, July, August, or even December, I definitely want to get home at some point to meet my niece and nephew. So number 2 is try and get home and try and save money for a flight home. Okay, so I think half of this I have done, but obviously not the other half. So unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to go home last year. There was a number of reasons why. 1, I started a new job, so I couldn't get off time off work. 2nd was the lockdown, and 3, the money. But I was very lucky enough to meet my baby niece. It's so funny watching this back because I said niece or nephew because I didn't know. If you don't follow my vlogs every week, then you will not know, but I had a baby niece come into this world in February. She is nearly 1 year old. Like, what the hell? Her name is Willow and she is the most beautiful little girl in the world. Even though I didn't get to see her in the UK, they got to come over in October. So as soon as the restrictions lifted for Canada and UK could then fly to Canada, I wrote it on the group chat and my family booked straight away and they came over, and Willow's first holiday was here in Canada and she got to see Niagara Falls. I did upload a like what to do in Canada, and it was clips as well of when my family came. I will leave it down below because it shows you some pictures of behind the scenes, because I didn't vlog that whole week because they were here for 1 week only. Well, less than a week. I think it was like 5 days. I hadn't seen my family in 2 years. I really wanted to spend time with them. It was the first time meeting my niece, so I was like, yes, I am not gonna vlog, but I have the most amazing photos for memories, and I got to meet my niece and I was so happy. So even though I didn't get a chance to go to the UK like I wanted to in 2021, I did get to meet my baby niece. And going forward, I will speak about my 2022 goals, but England is definitely on the cards. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I got to meet my niece, and it's just crazy looking back at that video and seeing that little baby scan and now actually fully meeting her. It's just insane. Like, in a year, my baby niece was born and I got to see her, and yeah, God, it's good looking back at these videos. My next goal for 2021, I think a lot of people have this on their goals, but I have to pull it on, and I've got 3 photos to summarize this goal because I just need it to envision in my head more than the other ones. So basically, I just want to feel happy in my body. Now, this photo here, which I have up on my Instagram, is me when I hit 1,000 subscribers, when we first put the deposit down on our house that we're in now, and I was super happy with life. I think in this photo, I was a size 10 to size 12, and I was super happy in my body. But now I'm still this size, but I'm not as confident in my body. Okay, so where to start? So healthy eating. So me and Jake started our subscription box for HelloFresh at the end of the last year just gone. I did a little video on it. If you want to watch it, I'll leave it linked down below. And this was the start of our kind of journey. So before then, we didn't really start eating healthy or anything like that. We actually started quite late in the year, and this is something that we're absolutely loving because HelloFresh comes and it's the right portion for you. So sometimes me and Jake beforehand would get mince for 4 people and finish it all, or like 4 chicken breasts. Like, we don't need that much food. We were just eating it because it was there. So we started HelloFresh a few months ago, and we absolutely love it, and we keep it going. We stopped it over Christmas time, and we currently stopped it now because we've been ill, but my first box comes again on Saturday, and I'm super excited to get back in that routine. So every Saturday, HelloFresh delivers 3 meals at our door for that week, and then other nights in that week, then we just make our own meals as well. We were actually contemplating to go up to 5 meals a week because we enjoy it so much, and this is something that we'll look into going forward in the future, to 5 meals a week delivered by HelloFresh. And then with regards to feeling good in my body, I've actually got to a point in my life where I literally don't care what I look like anymore, and I'm actually so happy to say that. Like, some days I wake up and I feel not good about myself, some days I feel up and I feel great about myself, and I literally don't think that's down to what size I am or how much I weigh or anything like that. I literally think it's down to whatever I'm thinking that day and what I'm dressed in and what I look like. And in the middle of last year, I actually joined up to the gym, and me and Jake was going every single evening or every morning depending on work, and I got into a really good routine of it, and I was really enjoying it. And then I started to see it as a bit of a chore. Like, I didn't want to go anymore. I found like it was a waste of time, and I just think this is not me. There's some girls out there that love going to the gym and want to get that perfect gym body, and good on you. Like, I wish I had that motivation, but I've decided to tell myself this year, you do not need to go to the gym. Like, the gym is not for you. Louise, you are not born to go to the gym. Like, when you go to the gym, you don't enjoy it. Like, yeah, it's like a massive chore for me. So I've told myself in 2022, I am never allowed to set a goal on my vision board of Louise going to the gym, because I know it's not gonna happen and I'm not gonna do it. But I'm gonna do it in my own way. And obviously this year, well, last year, 2021, I started the OHL cheerleaders, the Niagara Ice Dogs cheerleaders, and I absolutely love it. That's what keeps me fit. We have rehearsals every other week on a Monday, and we perform up to twice a week some weeks. And then I've also started dance classes again as well. I do like jazz, and then I also do like a lyrical ballet as well, and that's keeping me fit, that's keeping me healthy, and I just really enjoy it. I've met some amazing friends from it as well. So even though some of these goals I didn't achieve, as like we don't eat dinner every night at the table, which I wish we kind of did, because I do enjoy eating dinner at the table, but I'm going to stop giving myself every year on my vision board to feel happy in my body, because I am happy in my body. I've always just thought of other people looking at me thinking I look big or whatever. I don't care what other people think. If there's some days I feel horrible and there's some days I feel good, it doesn't matter. I'm born in this body and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to the gym to change it. End of rant. I've had enough of trying to go to the gym. The gym is not for me. The pub's for me. I can set myself a goal of going to the pub every day. I would definitely like that. But the gym, 100% not. So yeah, I feel good in my body. I feel like I've achieved that. I feel like I've got a whole new mindset. I think it's because I just grew up a little bit more. But yeah, I would like to eat dinner at the table more often though. That's one thing we didn't achieve. Bucket list one. I did thinking about doing a bucket list board separate to this board, but I just thought I would incorporate it. Point number 4 is I really, really, really want to book a trip on the boat in Niagara Falls. So we haven't been able to do this year, but this is me in the tower for Jake's birthday. We ate on top of Niagara Falls on like this spinning tower. It's called the Skylon Tower. And down in the water, you can actually get a boat ride right to the falls. And it looks super cool, and I really, really want to do it this summer. And this is something that we kept saying in the summer, oh, we'll do it next week, we'll do it next week, we'll do it next week, and we kept putting it off. And I think if it's on my vision board that I have to tick off, then I will have to do it. So I have to do that one. Oh my god, that just made me smile so much, because we did the boat, we vlogged it, which I'm gonna leave it down below, and it was one of the most amazing experiences ever. Yeah, I vlogged all about it, so I don't want to talk too much about it on here, but we did do it. It was one of the best experiences ever. When my family came, they did it, and I'm sure we're going to do it again this year. If you go to Niagara Falls, it is a must do. Like, you have to add it onto your list to do. It doesn't take very long. It's like 20 minutes. Some people say it's pricey for what it is, but honestly, for the experience and the memories and the pictures, just do it. And I am so happy to say we ticked it off. If I watched this video back and I hadn't ticked it off, I think I'd been quite gutted with myself, but I'm so glad me and Jake have finally been on the boat in Niagara Falls. The point number 5 is also a bucket list thing. Me and Jake really want to spend a night in Toronto and have a night out in Toronto in like the gay village. I don't know what they call that over here. Like in Manchester, it's the gay village. But in Toronto, when we went there was like this street of like rainbow and loads of pubs. I don't know what it's called here, but it looked super fun. But because we were driving home, we didn't want to have a drink. And this is somewhere that we really want to go to. So we want to go have a night out in Toronto and go get drunk and have a night out there and stay the night. So this is another bucket list opportunity. This is something else that I can actually tick off and say we have done. We went to Toronto for 48 hours. We stayed in a Hilton hotel, which looked over the Toronto sign. It was the most amazing 48 hours. I did it for a YouTube video. I did how many tourist events I could do in 48 hours. We didn't tick off the gay village, unfortunately. We didn't go out and drink because we were so tired. We were gonna go to a bar or something to have a drink, but by the time we ate food in Chinatown, we were so tired. We had to go back home to sleep. But I can definitely say we ticked that off, and we had a night out. Well, we had a night in Toronto and we experienced Toronto life. We did so much stuff. We went to the Ice Hockey Museum, St. Lawrence Market, Chinatown, the Toronto sign, Dundas Square, Eaton Centre. Like, we did so much in 48 hours, and I'm going to leave that vlog down below for you as well. I actually love being able to say, like, I've got all of these memories in videos, because now I can look back and say that we've done it and have the video to go with it. So anything I mentioned that we have done from this vision board, I will leave the video linked down below if you guys want to go see any of it. But yeah, I can happily say that we stayed in a night in Toronto, and I'm sure it won't be the last time we stay in Toronto. This is COVID permitted. But me and Jake, I have just printed off a picture of the US map, but a fun US map. And me and Jake really want to start ticking off some more states. So we are very fortunate to have been to Florida, to been to Manhattan, New York. And we live so close to the border. And one of the reasons that we moved to this side of Canada was to be able to cross the border and go to places like Michigan, Ohio. We go to all these cool places, and then COVID hit and the border closed. But I'm still going to put this here because if the border opens, we definitely want to drive over and try and tick off a few more places in America, 110%. So I think we can kind of tick this off slightly. So unfortunately, we didn't get to any new states. Oh my God, I would have loved to go into a new state, like Chicago or somewhere. That would have been amazing. But we did get to cross the border. So the border opened, I want to say, for about 3 weeks before it closed again. And in those 3 weeks, we got permanent residency and we crossed the border over into New York. It wasn't Manhattan, it was just I think it was Niagara Falls, New York we went to. We didn't even get to go down to Buffalo. But we can say we have crossed the border. It was a very scary experience. It was a fun experience. I got to have Dunkin' Donuts, and we got to go to Target and a Walmart over there and a mall, and it was so much fun. I think we were over there for like 4 hours and that was it. But I'm so glad we did it when we did, because then the borders have closed recently. So I'm so glad we did do it and we can tick it off. Like I said, I'll leave that video down below as well if you want to watch that. It was super fun and I'm so glad we got the opportunity to do it. But unfortunately we didn't tick off any more states, but hopefully this year could be the year. Who knows? Okay, so the next one I've got a few photos for, and it is to continue to explore Canada. So we are very outdoorsy people, and this is something that I've absolutely loved about moving to Canada, because there's so much to see. It's such a big country, and that's one of the pros of living in Canada. When people ask me what is like a positive of living in Canada, and it's definitely the space. They have so much space. We didn't even travel, I would say, more than an hour away, and we've seen it so much this year. We absolutely love our car because it comes with a little picnic table, and this is something that I definitely want to continue doing. next year is seeing the sights of Canada. We moved here for a reason, and I definitely don't want to just be content with what I've seen so far. I definitely want to explore it a lot more. So I'm gonna add these photos in to remind myself how beautiful of a country this is and how we want to see more of it, basically. Okay, so we definitely did see more of it. We flew over to Kelowna, BC to see our friends, and we got to go into like the mountains and more hikes over there. We went paddleboarding in the sea. We've seen more of Ontario as well. We did new hikes that we'd never done before. We drove up to Blue Mountain, which was brand new for us. I also flew over to Winnipeg for work, even though I didn't get to see much of it. But there is definitely so much more we want to see, but I can happily say that we did tick that off because we got to go and travel to BC. We were very, very lucky to do so. And we learned that if you travel within Canada, you only need to travel with your Ontario or whatever province you're from driving license. You don't need a passport to travel. You literally just need a driving license to get on a plane to go to somewhere else in Canada. How cool is that? So yeah, we went to Kelowna. I vlogged it, surprise, surprise. I'll leave the vlog down below, like everything else that I achieved today. Okay, so the next picture is me and Jake. This is just to represent us getting PR. I'm gonna cut out some things from a magazine saying like PR, and we really, really, really want to get PR next year, or even start getting in the pool for it. It's done on a point system, which my video for PR is coming out next week, which I'm really excited for. I filmed it like 3 times and I wasn't happy with it, but I finally got a copy that I'm happy with, and it's coming out next week. But me and Jake really, really want to get PR. Our fingers are crossed. And if we don't get PR, the reason I've just picked a generic picture of us two being happy is if we don't get PR, we want to know where we're going to go next year. We have a few ideas, options open, which I haven't shared with anyone yet, so I might share with you now. We said if we don't get PR next year, we will sell everything we own like we did in the UK, and we will go work on a cruise ship for a year or 2 years until we're ready to settle down in the UK. We definitely want to try and get PR, but we don't want to put a negative on it. If we don't get PR, I don't want to be depressed and upset. I just want to look forward to the future and whatever that may be, and we have a plan for 2022. Okay, so this brings me so much pleasure in saying that me and Jake got permanent residency last month. If you didn't watch that video, then please go watch it. It's one of my favorite videos on my channel of us getting PR. It was the most exciting, emotional, scariest day of my life to know that we're currently permanent residency of Canada. We do not need to move. We do not need to sell everything. We do not need to change a plan. We managed to get PR. We can stay in Canada. We could buy a rug. We could buy an ironing board, and all these things that we were putting on hold until we got PR, we managed to do. And I don't think we would have been able to do it without you guys. So I want to say thank you so much to all of you guys for praying for us, helping us along the way on the most stressful days. If I uploaded that I was stressed or upset on Instagram, so many of you reached out to me to support me. So many of you that have been through the process reassured me, and so many people that are going through the process now. I'm so glad I'm there to reassure you that the day will come eventually. I remember being so stressed back then because I did not know about this new visa that came out. So in March, a new visa came out that we got to apply for permanent residency. It's if you worked during the pandemic for 1 whole year, and me and Jake did, that we got to apply. Otherwise, we would have had to gone down the point system, which I talked about in this video. But yeah, me and Jake got PR. It was so exciting, and now we live a stress-free life, not worrying about what is next. We don't need to go work on a cruise ship. We don't need to pack up our stuff. If anything, we can buy more stuff. We have brought so much more stuff since we've got our PR. And yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ticks of this year. Jake in his pickup truck. Now the reason I have chose this picture is because the next point is to pay off our card. So basically we opened a card before we got to Canada, and it was for emergency uses basically, and it was a Monzo card. If you don't know what a Monzo card is, in the UK it's a bright pink card. Everyone's got it. It's super good, and it's got a small overdraft on it. When I say small, it's less than £1,000, and this is something I keep putting off in the back of my head. I pay off like a bit every month, but I really want to pay off more
so it eventually goes. And I think I'll be able to do this in the next 2 to 3 months if I put my mind to it, because we do get a very good wage. We just always put the money towards something else, because transferring it back to an English card, you lose money on it, and this is something that we absolutely hate and we kind of regret doing, but we did need it for emergency cases, such as our car broke down twice in the same month, so we used it for that. Also getting out of our apartment, we had to pay 3 months up front, so we used it for that. It's not a massive debt, but this is something we need to get out of, and we need to get out of quick, because I hate being in some sort of debt, even though it isn't debt. It's hard to explain. But the reason I chose Jake in a car, because I said when we finish off paying off our Monzo debt, then we can start saving for him to buy a truck. Now, we're not going to be buying him a brand new truck like this picture, but this,
little did I know,
will make me and also him an incentive of paying off Monzo, so we can use the money that we normally put into Monzo to put aside for a truck. And I think you'll be happy that that photo is on there, to be honest.
I literally love how I say he's definitely not going to get a brand new truck, because in my head back then I was like, there is no way in hell Jake is ever going to get a brand new truck. They are a fortune. We are not in a stable place to get a brand new truck. Little did I know, we got a brand new truck. A 2021 model. Now, I said when I pay off my Monzo card, then we would save for a truck, but it didn't work like that at all. And I really want to be so realistic to you guys. I want to be so transparent, because so many of you watch me because you find me realistic, and I tell you how it is, and I cry with you, I laugh with you, and I just tell you every part of my life. And I want to be honest with you and say I didn't pay off my Monzo. I didn't. Plain and simple. So much happened with another, like, so much happened that we just needed it for different things. Our visa ended up to be 10,000 Canadian dollars, so all of our money from last year went to our visa to stay here. And so many people were saying, is it worth it? You could have literally put down a deposit on a house, you could have paid off your debts and all of this. But to say now I'm sat here in Canada to say I can live here for the rest of my life, $10,000 was 100% worth it. It just meant that I did not pay off my debts in the UK, but it's okay. I know so many people in debt, and like mine is like the littlest bit of debt in the world, and I have set up a plan now that I pay every single month, and by the end of the year it's going to be paid off. And if you're watching this and you're saving for Canada, and you always ask me how much to save, please save as much as you can. I would hate you to be in the situation where I had to use not my own money to go over here. But I have a tiny bit left, and like I said, by the end of next year I would have paid it off. I set up a little debt plan that every month I send money home. It's not a lot. I could have paid it all off if I wanted to, but I was just super scared if I paid off and used all my savings for this, and if something happened in Canada and I had no money. So I decided to be an adult about it. I talked to a few people online, and I set up a direct debit, and I pay it off every month, and then at the end of the year it's going to be paid off. And now the reason Jake did get a truck and we hadn't paid that off is because when we got PR, our car broke down completely, and we had to buy this cheap car that was less than $1,000, and that kept breaking down as well. So it got to the point where Jake's like, I've had enough of this. We're putting so much money in these old cars that we're just buying and they're breaking. Let's just go and see how much a truck is. We had no intentions of buying a brand new truck. We didn't think we would be able to afford it. He went into a dealership and spoke to the gentleman. He literally said, can I have both of your pay stubs, your partner's and yours pay stubs, and we can look at what you can afford. And it just so happened that it was coming to the end of 2021, and they were trying to get rid of all their 2021 trucks, ready for the 2022 trucks. And they gave us an amazing discount on this truck, and the monthly payments were just insane and so good. And it worked out cheaper than buying an old truck. So that is how we got a truck. I have people message me all the time saying, how did you get finance for it and stuff like that. You could not get a finance if you're on an IEC visa. I just want to tell you that. We tried, but because you're only in the country for 2 years, most truck loans are 5 years to 8 years, so you will not get one, unfortunately. So when we got permanent residency, we were adults, we took all of our savings. I literally have a whole Excel sheet of my ingoings, my outgoings, our savings, because by the end of this year I'd love to afford a deposit for a house. And if you guys want me to do like a savings video, I will more than happily show you my savings and my like how much we spend a month, and my Excel sheet that I use. I can even send the Excel sheet to some of you guys if you need some help saving. I can do a completely whole video on money because I am money mad. Ask Jake. He calls me Super Saving Sally because if he wants anything, he has to ask me. Even if it's $1 coffee, I have to pull it into my spreadsheet. But yes, I am very, very lucky, and I'm very fortunate to say that we have a brand new truck that Jake absolutely loves. It's his little baby, and I'm so glad we had it because there's no more money going out for broken cars. The amount of money we've spent on old cars breaking down, etc., has been probably more than 6 months worth of truck installments for our car. And we also see this as an investment as well, because when we pay off our car in 5 years, if we ever chose to sell that car and he got a new one, then that's a big lump of money for a deposit for a house as well, possibly a second house by that point, because fingers crossed we'd already got our first house. But I don't want to go too much into money into this video because I can do a whole separate video if you want that on money. Just let me know down below. But yes, Jake got a car, and little did I know it was a brand new 2021 car. Yeah, moving on.
And the last photo is a picture of my YouTube hitting 2K subscribers. The reason I'm putting on this is because it's going to be, I want to continue to grow my hobby. Now, the reason I haven't put a number above this, like a 3,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, because I really don't chase the subscribers. Like on my Instagram, I upload when I hit a big milestone, and I'm always so grateful for it, and I'm always in so much shock because I never would I ever think that there's 2,000 people that want to watch me. That just blows my mind every day. So I never put a number on my subscribers because of course I would love to hit 3,000 subscribers at the end of the year, but I don't want to put that on my vision board because I don't want it to become a job where I'm chasing subscribers. I'm so grateful for every single subscriber, like every single one of you, and I don't want to take away the fun of YouTube. I don't want to be chasing a number. When I hit that milestone, I'll be super proud and I'll be super happy and super grateful, but I don't want to put an exact number on it. So I've just put this on there to remind myself that I want to continue to grow my page, to grow my hobby and continue to be successful in it. So I'm just gonna cut this out a second because...
Okay, so I'm exactly the same as how I am back there. I hate putting a number to it because it is just a hobby. It's not a job. The minute it turns into a job, I don't think I'll enjoy it. But I'm happy to say that I have hit over 3K subscribers. I actually don't know what we're on today. Let me get my phone. Let me go have a look. Okay, we are currently at 3,598 subscribers. So thank you so much to every single one of you. We've gained 1,598 of you. So thank you so much to every single one of you. Honestly, it means the world. I did a live video earlier on Instagram and 147 people tuned in on the same time. And I can't believe that. That's crazy. So many of you wanting to watch little old me. That's crazy. But yeah, I am still absolutely loving YouTube as a hobby. There was at one point through this year that I felt like I was stressing myself out too much with it, saying like I need to upload 2 to 3 videos a week and all of this. And that wasn't the right way to go about it. Like, I do this as a hobby. I do it for fun. I do it for memories. Like, looking back on this video last year and be able to have videos of all the achievements that I have is just amazing. And I'm so glad I have these memories forever. And it is just a hobby that I absolutely love, and I want to continue it to be a hobby. Like, I absolutely love YouTube, and I just want to say thank you so much to every single one of you. So there we have it, my 2021 goals from last year, what I achieved, what I didn't achieve, and all my memories looking back of 2021. Now it is time to unpick all of these photos, store them away. I think some of these photos I actually want to frame and put up in the house because I don't have many pictures so far. So I am gonna spend today unpicking all of these from my vision board, and the next video you see will be my 2022 goals and achievements for the year. I already have them. I'm so excited to share them with you, and there's some really exciting ones in there and completely different to my goals from last year. And I just want to say, I hope all of you achieved the goals that you wanted to in 2021, but please remember, if you didn't, do not put too much stress on yourself. We see it all over social media, people saying like their big goals that they're achieving. There are so many little goals that I achieved as well, such as driving my truck for the first time and stuff like that. Like, your goal doesn't need to be huge, like flying to the other side of the country. They can be little goals as well. Some of mine has been just ordering HelloFresh every week. So please remember that when you are watching other people's achievements and goals videos on YouTube. But next week, well, my next video, whenever that may be, I'm not putting stress on uploading, is my goals for 2022, and they are so exciting, and I can't wait to share some things that I have booked as well for 2022. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, then please hit the thumbs up. If you're new here, then hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!